Hello guys and welcome back to Craze. So today I shall be showing you guys on how to safeguard your motorcycle when you're not using it. So without any further delay, let's get started with the video. So guys, COVID-19 is spreading all over the world and it's a huge trauma for everyone, and in India it's a complete lockdown, so no one can go out, so everyone has to safeguard themselves. So in this video I'm going to show you guys on how to take care of your machines when they're not being used. So I'm going to concentrate more on motorcycle on this video, so please take care of yourselves, stay at home, use masks and hand sanitizers, wash your hands every time you touch any surface. So I'll be showing you guys some tips and tricks on how to safeguard your motorcycle. So let's get started with the video. So guys, the first step is to park your motorcycle in a safe place. In my case, I'm parking in my garage. If you guys don't have access to a garage, I would recommend you guys to park it under a closed roof and not expose it to bright sunlight. Next, place the motorcycle on the center stand or a paddock, as it's not recommended to place the bike on a side stand because the fuel and lubricants will lean towards one side, which is a big no. So please make sure it is on a center stand or a paddock. So guys, now my motorcycle is inside the garage on a paddock stand, so I'm going to be following a step which you guys can skip. So I'm going to take out a quick detailer and a microfiber cloth and detail the complete vehicle, as there's a layer of dust and watermarks on the plastic. So I would like to keep my motorcycle neat and clean, as this layer of dust might tend to get scratches on the paint. So if you guys don't mind your motorcycle being dirty, you can completely skip this step, as it's not a mandatory step. So guys, I finished detailing my motorcycle. It looks damn clean, and those of you guys who are thinking of covering the motorcycle with a motorcycle cover, I would highly recommend you guys to not do it, because the motorcycle cover might tend to scratch the paint, might leave minute scratches or swirl marks. So it's better to let the motorcycle accumulate dust if you're keeping it outside than covering it with a motorcycle cover. So before letting your motorcycle rest, I would recommend you guys to start the motorcycle, let it run for some time so that the lubricant runs over the engine parts and the engine parts don't remain dry. By doing this, you can increase the life of your engine. So I'll be starting my motorcycle and let it run for around 2 to 3 minutes. So guys, step 3 is you have to have a good amount of fuel in your fuel tank before letting it rest. In my case, it's more than half tank, which is well and good to go. Now why I'm telling you guys to do that is because if there's very little fuel left over in the fuel tank, there might be moisture which might build up inside the fuel tank, and if it's a metal fuel tank, there might be rust which might be accumulating inside the fuel tank, which is not at all good. So go ahead, fuel up your motorcycle before letting it to sit. Now let's move to the most important step before letting your motorcycle rest. Go ahead and disconnect the battery terminals. Now disconnecting the battery terminals is very easy and can be done with common hand tools. First, start by disconnecting the negative terminal and then the positive terminal. When the motorcycle rests for more than 2 to 3 days, it is advisable to disconnect the battery. If not, there are chances that the battery might drain. If possible, remove the battery and keep it aside. In some motorcycle, it's a huge process to remove the battery. In such case, you can use an electrical tape and wrap it around the terminals so that they don't get in contact with the battery. It is very important to use electrical tape, if not the terminals can get in contact with the battery, which may lead to fire. Moving ahead, make sure the motorcycle is placed in neutral. Now this is a common practice of many, but there are few riders who have the habit of placing the gear in first or second. Now this habit is fine on a daily routine, but when your motorcycle is resting for a long period of time, it is highly recommended to place the gear in neutral. By doing so, you leave the gearbox free and not add pressure on it. Now those of you guys who find rats in your surroundings, I recommend you guys to stuff a cloth or a piece of tobacco in places which is easily accessible to rats. By doing so, you save the electrical components and wires of your motorcycle. This hardly takes few seconds to do and you can remain tension free. So guys, that's all for now. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. So these were the few steps which you have to follow in order to safeguard your motorcycle when you're not using it. So I won't be using it for almost 2-3 weeks. By following the steps, it's going to be safe. I mean, when I start it up again, I won't be encountering any kind of problems. So let's stay together, fight COVID-19 and follow these steps in order to safeguard the machines as well. If you guys like this video, please consider that like button. If you haven't subscribed, do consider hitting the subscribe button as well. More interesting videos regarding automobile will be out soon. And if you have any queries or suggestions, just comment on the comment section and make sure to reply to it. See you guys in the next video.